3, 2, 1.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy. That's what it is. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
Fantasy Jesus. I'm here to save this fantasy roster. Fantasy Jesus. It worked for The Rock and it's going to work for me.
Yeah. TSS Fantasy. Yeah. TSS Fantasy.
And you just got flandered.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy.
And you just got flandered.
That's what it is. Yeah. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Commissioner Cooper, and it's time for TSS Fantasy.
Yeah!
Okay, then. Nick's fired up tonight. Got the background set. Hopefully the internet is set, more importantly. Let's get our introduction started. Welcome into the studio, Justin Jesus Herrera.
Yes, unlike our friend, my Wi-Fi is doing well tonight, and so am I. And guys, it's great to be on another Fantasy Show of the People episode, TSS. If you don't know, go check us out at tss.com. We've got a lot of great stuff up there. I'm going to let Nick take away all the awesome stuff, all the rankings and stuff. But I will tell you this, we have a giveaway going. If you're a big fan of Chris Johnson like I was, Mr. 4.26, right? One of the fastest men to ever run the 40. We have a signed football coming up for you from our friend Freddie. We promise he has not touched it with his greasy fingers.
Okay, that's my line. All right, yeah, like you said, hit that subscribe button, guys. CJ2K football on the way for you. All right, also welcome into the studio, Nick. You got flandered, Macaronis.
Justin, who's your friend? So anyway, I see you updated your background. I see that. That's good. It's better than the wall. Anyway, yes, I am back. I don't know what was happening with my internet last week. I don't know if y'all watched it, but hey, I am back and better than ever, and I'm ready to get things started again. And as always, please don't not forget, hit the subscribe button whenever you're watching us on YouTube. And while you're watching us on YouTube, on the other screen, go to tssfantasy.com. And then while you're on tssfantasy.com, click on our rankings. And while you're clicking, after you read all of our rankings and you double and they say, holy crap, these guys are right. They know what they're talking about. Then go and read our esteemed writer, Greg O.J. Mayer, on Knights of the Round Table. So after you read that, say, you know what? These guys are really, really cool. I wonder if they sell some merchandise. Like, holy crap, there it is. Merchandise, and you could buy a T-shirt, a hat, a mug. Buy it all. And you could be styling and profiling.
Are you the host? Are you taking over as the host tonight? I'm done. I'm not even going to say anything.
I'm just expanding on my duties, sir. That's all. I'm good to go.
I absolutely love it. All right, well, I'll just conclude with Underdog Fantasy. Get on it today. Hit the promo or use the promo code TSS. We're going to double your deposit up to $100. Got some great giveaways as well with Gatorland tickets, Miami Dolphin tickets. By the way, I wanted to mention congratulations to Albert Arana. He was our social media winner. We asked him to pick one of the best teams last week. From our grades that we did. He picked the best one, and Albert Arana, you, my friend, have won. You are going to see the Miami Dolphins face the Raiders this Saturday night in Miami. Congratulations to you and your family. Have a great time, my friend. Guys, why do we do all those crazy things?
Because we can.
Well, Nick, it's not just because we can.
That's you, Justin.
It's because we're the Fantasy Show of the People. We are here for the people.
Good job, guys. We're almost there. We're almost there to the beginning of the season. We got to get this intro down, Pat. It's got to.
I think somebody's
does
on a
feel like
delay.
Preseason, doesn't it, dude? It feels
I
like
know.
preseason.
The person on the delay, Nick, is the person with the messed up internet, which is you. Let's welcome Dr. Miller's house call.
Look, I'm a doctor, not an escalator. Spock, give me a hand.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Dr. Miller's house call. Dr. Jeffrey Miller, welcome to the studio.
It is great to be here on today's episode. You know, today we're going to talk about Pete Carroll quotes again.
As always, gotta love Pete Carroll. He always makes his way to the house call somehow. Let's start out. We're going to start with Zach Wilson. I know my teammates definitely want to hear about him and his injury and his progression, I guess, if you will, from that said injury and surgery, if you will.
Yeah, so Zach Wilson, he was a preseason 60% to the bench player. And this is not a surprise to anybody. He sustained a non-contact bone bruise and meniscal tear in his right knee the other day. Now, this diagnosis in part was a relief, right? After the initial concern and discussion that it could be his ACL. He underwent an arthroscopic knee surgery on August 15th, just a couple days ago, to repair, that's key, to repair the meniscus, not remove it, just repair it. So the recovery can be a little while. Initially, they were saying, 2 to 4 weeks, but that's if they excised it or removed the meniscus. Now we're at 4 to 6 weeks because, number one, of the severity of the bone bruise, and number two, the fact that that meniscus that was repaired now has to heal, right? You don't just want to suture it and leave it. It does need to heal back together. So currently, the story is that he's, quote, not ruled out for week 1. And also, quote, there's an outside chance he'll play week 1. That doesn't sound super optimistic to me. But even if he does return, keep in mind his conditioning is not going to be optimized after a couple of weeks off. And maybe even more importantly, if I hurt my right knee in back-to-back seasons, I'd be a little tentative, right? I'd be a little cautious running the ball. I might be quicker to slide or run out of bounds and not be quite as willing to be aggressive running downfield. So maybe he plays week 1, maybe not. But even if he plays, don't think he's going to score you a bunch of points with his legs.
Yeah, just say be a pocket passer for sure. All right, let's go to the Chiefs. And McCole Hardman looks like had an injury. What say you on Mr. Hardman?
Yeah, not a lot here right now, at least. So he sustained a groin injury in practice Wednesday after landing awkwardly after a jump ball. Limped off the field on his own power, but then was carted off. He missed Thursday's practice, but he's said to be doing okay. Could play Saturday, but right now that's about the best I can do as far as information. He could play Saturday.
Could play Saturday, but not with Mrs. Hardman, to say the least. All right, let's go to our final guy on the, well, not our final guy, but the next guy on the house call, if you will, Kenneth Walker. A lot of big predictions for him coming up this year. What say you on his injury?
Let me say what Pete Carroll says first, rather than what say me. What say Pete? He says, quote, Ken's got a little hernia thing that he's working on. I mean, I don't really know what to do with that. So Kenneth Walker underwent a hernia repair. We think, not a sports hernia repair, a hernia repair. He's unlikely to play the remainder of the preseason, but he's hopeful to return for the season opener. Now, this wasn't a sports hernia. This was a traditional hernia repair, we think, or a little hernia thing, whatever that is. So maybe week 1, maybe not. Probably depends on the next couple of days how that recovery and rehab process goes.
I think what he meant, it wasn't the sports hernia, which makes it a whole different ball game, is probably what he was going with there. Maybe, who knows, with Pete Carroll, to say the least. You have an update on Mr. James Robinson, I hear.
Yeah, so we talked about James Robinson several weeks ago, and I said he's an 85% of the bench, may start on the bench player. And I want to go back and say that, like Cam Akers, who we talked about as well, James Robinson had an internal brace technique to his Achilles. And when we originally did his percent of the bench, I didn't realize that it was this new technique that they did for him as well. So when we had this season-ending Achilles injury in December, and I was really negative on him playing early in the season, if at all, beginning to become a little bit more optimistic that due to this more aggressive internal brace that allows return to function quicker, that we may see James Robinson much sooner than our original summer reporting went.
All right, we'll check it out, and we'll check you out next week. We appreciate you. Sorry about that. Just so everyone knows, we can only go about 5 minutes. So as soon as Doc hit about 4:57, I was like, all right, guys, gotta go. See you later. So sorry about that, Doc. Had to head you out. All right. So listen, guys, there's few things in this world that I love more than football. And it's my wife, of course, right? You got to love your wife the most. And how do you make, listen, happy life, happy wife, right? How do you make your wife happy, though? By keep reminding her how right she is. Let's go to a couple of clips from what Maryjane brought up about Deshaun Watson. And your delayed internet makes you not funny, Nick.
I was actually feeling quite hopeful when he settled those other cases because I was like, okay, good. The ball is going to get rolling. And I think because the criminal charges did not fly, and obviously these women are going to be paid for their silence, right? For whether it was true or whether it wasn't, I don't know. I'm not going to weigh in on that. I don't know. I was actually feeling really hopeful before that, but I was thinking it would probably be maybe a 6 game. But I'm actually super upset that these 4 civil suits are still in existence because I think it's going to be the same thing as last year with the 22 suits, which it was at this time last year. It was only 22. With them not being settled, I understand the NFL's reasoning as to an indefinite suspension because you don't know what's going to come out in those civil suits. However, I think it wasn't wise for his attorney to settle 20 and leave 4 on the board. It's like, why? That is something that's very perplexing to me. So maybe he's like, these are bullshit. So I'm just waiting for them to get dismissed. But either way, while they're pending, I do believe the NFL is going to do like they always do and find indefinite until that is resolved. Right. So it sucks to say it, but that should have been handled before they began their inquiry. Right. I don't know why they did that. As an attorney myself, I would never put my client in that situation. But obviously, there's a lot I don't know that they do, right?
Now, that was a month ago. That was our Cleveland show, mind you. So that was a month prior to all the rulings that have come down. Now, after the ruling that came down, I asked Maryjane about the appeal process for Deshaun at this point, and let's hear what she had to say.
Ultimately, what's going to happen is the NFL they have this person who's now going to review it, this other attorney. And what he's going to do is he's going to make a determination based solely on the record. So the things that were presented to him, the things that are in writing, the evidence that was admitted during that arbitration, he's going to look only at that, look only at the policy and see, did it meet this? If it did, okay, it's sticking with 6. But I think because it doesn't fit squarely into the peg, it's really going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But I would bet that because it doesn't and because it is unprecedented, that he's going to find, okay, we'll leave it at 6, but we're going to add some aggravating factors since there were 25 accusers, and we're going to give you more game suspension because it would also save face for the NFL.
Those who will not live by the law shall die by the law.
Your Honor, may I approach the bench, please?
Right?
I will never get over the intro.
All right, I'm going to ask
you for making me do that.
I'm going to ask him to make it a new one. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say I think I'm going to mix in that little part at the end. Welcome into the studio, Maryjane Cooper, Esquire.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone.
You are welcome with the opera singing. We appreciate it as well.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm sure you're excited because guess what? This is the last time we're going to be talking about this Sean in a legal, hopefully in a legal sense anyway. So the big ruling came down. I mean, listen, I played it for everyone. We've been talking about this since last summer. You've been calling it since back then. You literally said they think they're going to split the baby with it. That was literally the comment. I couldn't find it. I'm sorry, but I remember you said it. So welcome in. Let us know how you're feeling, how this all came down, and what your overall thoughts are.
Yeah, so if you remember, I said, I think they're going to leave it at 6. And I think that what's going to happen is they're going to find that there were aggravating factors. And those aggravating factors is the sheer number of people that he, quote unquote, offended, right? And so they did do exactly that. And I did say split the baby. I don't remember when, but I know I said it. So I was thinking it would be more like half the season. Like, I didn't think they were going to go the full season like the NFL wanted, but I didn't think they were going to stick with 6. And so 11 seems to be just right for what I was thinking. And I think that, ultimately, just so everyone is aware, Deshaun does have the ability to appeal this decision, but I don't think he will. But there's some stipulations that he has agreed to. One being he has to pay the $5 million, which he was already ordered to do, right? That fine didn't change. But now the NFL and the Cleveland Browns have to pitch in $2 million on top of that. And it's going to be a total of $7 million that's going to go to victims of sexual assault and sexual misconduct. So, a little nod to the ladies for the NFL, right? 11 game suspension. And also he has to be evaluated. Now, I know that we talked about how he was only allowed to be massaged by massage therapists that work for the NFL. That's going to stay. On top of that, he has to have an evaluation done and treatment. And more than likely, it doesn't say it in the actual order that was handed down, but I would guarantee that what it is a psychosexual evaluation, which is often done in the criminal justice system when there's an allegation of a sexual offense. So here's what happens with that. He gets a psychosexual evaluation, and then the evaluator will say, based on everything that came out in this evaluation, we think that you need to do this amount of therapy sessions, right? Now, he's suspended until the end of November. At that point, he needs to petition to the NFL to be reinstated. And he has to prove that he completed the evaluation and the recommended treatment. My only thing at first glance is I wonder how much treatment the psychosexual evaluator is going to deem appropriate for him. And if he's unable to complete that treatment before November 29th, let's say in a lot of criminal cases, they have to do weekly treatment sessions, and sometimes they'll say 16 weeks. If that exceeds the amount of time that he has to complete this, that he may not be able to petition for reinstatement yet. So I would just say, hold on a minute. And, obviously he has to comply. He has to pay the $5 million. That's not going to be a problem. But, the big thing is going to be getting that psychosexual evaluation done ASAP so that he can start on the treatment. And so an appeal would ultimately delay his start. I think he's not going to appeal it. And I think he's going to say, okay, I'm going to shut up and just move on. Now, like I said, I didn't understand why those other civil suits were not resolved. And we just saw the clip where I was talking about how that doesn't make any sense. He did ultimately resolve those right before this decision was handed down. So I think they probably didn't include that in the paperwork, but I think they probably said these need to be resolved. And there's one holdout who's apparently not settling because she thinks he's not remorseful, which in my opinion, I don't think he is either, because he keeps proclaiming his innocence. But I think they're just going to let that one go because they've already issued their sentence. So this is already included in this batch. So it's not like something resolving later down the road is going to ultimately give him another suspension. But I think it was smart for the NFL to do what they did, only because they have been in the business lately of trying to make women more of a priority, even implementing, workplace procedures where they would get hired. And so obviously ignoring it completely would have been considered disrespectful right, to women. And there's still outrage, even with the result that they got, there's still outrage. So I don't think you could do anything to make these people, I say these people, but people that feel that way, I don't think you could do anything really to make them feel any better other than suspend him forever, sentence him to prison forever, and never see his face for the light of day. So ultimately, I think this is a win for both sides. Like I said, this was kind of like a split the baby decision where he went right there in the middle.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly said. That's why I actually brought that up. You bringing those other cases not settling up. That's why I played that clip, because that's exactly what happened, that he settled them, and except that one holdout that you just mentioned. Interesting enough that she's holding out because she feels he's not remorseful. As you said, he's not showing remorse because he feels innocent. The only thing I'm just going to comment and say is that, I've watched all the shows, and I find it funny how everyone is just afraid to come out and be on Deshaun's side. Every show I've watched, it's been like, we don't want to talk about Deshaun's bad person.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous, quite frankly. You should be okay to say, listen, I think there's some gray area. We've been talking about this the whole time. I get it. There was probably some things wrong here, but if you follow along and follow what transpired, I mean, it wasn't that crazy. And I will just say this. Everyone keeps saying what Deshaun did, and then I keep saying, well, what did he do? And they got no answer for me. So then you got nothing for me. Nick, you got any comment, or Justin?
Yeah, I just got a message from Mike at Belly Up. He says we're canceled.
Justin's referring to we had a conversation about this in our own little network, and it got all heated about Deshaun. Everyone was ripping on me for what I was defending him, quite frankly. So,
well, I mean, that's literally what I do for a living. So it's hard for me to, I always want to see the other side. And sometimes I feel like people are very quick to judge people in the, when they see things, I mean, like, look at the news, you see people's mugshots on TV. This person got arrested. That person's not convicted. That person is still innocent. Right. And innocence until proven guilty is a foundation of our legal principles here in the United States. You're not guilty until proven innocent. And so Watson was not indicted. And so he is innocent until proven guilty. And so he has every right, of course, to proclaim his innocence. And if these people want to settle, they settle. You know what I mean? Look, I'm not going to say that the things that he did weren't a little bit weird, because they were. You know what I mean? But there is no concrete evidence strong enough for anyone to make a finding, which is why he wasn't indicted. So there's a reason for that. Everyone has not seen the evidence. The evidence that I did see, which was limited, it didn't look amazing. I was like, if this was my trial and this was a criminal case, we'd be going all the way. You know what I mean? Because ultimately it is a he said, she said situation with no other independent witnesses. And, those are really difficult for prosecutors to prove. Ultimately it comes down to credibility. And I think that the NFL, even in their investigation, found that some of them were not credible. So anyway, Nick, did you have something to add?
Yeah, a couple.
Before we get to you, Nick, I just wanted to add, you mentioned that, as an attorney, you like to argue the other side. We've been together almost a decade. Trust me, I know. All right, Nick, go ahead.
So a couple things. Number one, he's got the $5 million fine. When you boil it down, he's going to miss $620,000 per game. He's got a $250 million guarantee contract. So, that's small potatoes to him. Right. Number two, he's got to be, he can only be massaged by Cleveland Browns approved and in the session. Now, who's to say who's policing these things? Who's to say he can't go out at 2:00 in the morning and get one? Now, what I'm getting at is, it's got to be approved. It's got to be kosher by the NFL based on, okay, all right, you jumped through all these hoops, you did all these things. Who is the watchdog? And could there possibility be, just to play devil's advocate, could there be a bit of spite to say, you screwed up? now you're out.
I mean, definitely. I mean, I was thinking, it's funny, like I was thinking of that myself. Like, what if he's just in a relationship with someone? I mean, he is engaged, right? But what if he has some kind of affair, if you will, and asks her to massage him, and then that comes back on him? Yeah. I mean, Nick, you're right. If anything pops up, I mean, he's not technically on probation, but it's probation.
No
Yeah,
pun. No pun.
I got that.
You know, so I mean, ultimately, this is contingent, right? His reinstatement is contingent upon whether or not he abides by the rules, whether or not he completes the psychosexual evaluation or evaluation, and whether or not he complies with treatment. And so, you know, I would just say when drafting him, it might be smart to take him because many people might not want him since he's going to be out most of the season, right? But he might really come in kicking ass at the end of the season, and you might really be able to land some extra points on that. You just have to wait and see, because I think they will, of course, look for every possible way to, you know, kind of violate him or say he didn't pass the test, right? So you just have, I don't think he's that stupid though. I think he does want to play. I think he's anxious to play, and I think he's going to do everything he can to toe the line and make sure that he stays in the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's a just ruling. And I think it's funny how he comes back. Sorry, Coop. He comes back. His first game back, he plays against Houston. I think that's funny.
Wow, really? Because December 3rd would be the first game, and that's Houston.
Yep.
How ironic!
In Houston,
Weird that they did it as an odd number.
In Houston, that's what I was going to ask. Oh,
right. So that's that of course brought up
if
today.
he's not chomping at the bit for that trust, he's going to comply.
Oh, he's going to be rusty as hell too.
Yeah, the NFL is so smart. They put that.
I know.
They'll probably make that bump
How
every
funny.
Monday night or Sunday night.
Here we go. Big conspiracy theory.
How
now.
funny.
That is funny, and that would be very cool to see. But like I think whoever just said it, Nick or whoever, rusty as hell year and how, you know, almost 2.5 years not playing. A year and a half. Sorry, not playing football. You're definitely going to be a little rusty. But I'm sure he's going to want to stick it to the Texans regardless.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got guests waiting. I don't want to wait up too much longer. My apologies, fellas. Thank you so much, Maryjane Cooper Esquire, for joining us. Next week, if you don't mind, I'd like to maybe get an update on Alvin Kamara because it's draft time, and I know people are really chomping at the bit on where Kamara, if he's going to be in jail or what.
All right. See y'all then.
Thank you so much. We'll see you
All
then.
right. Bye.
Megan, we love fantasy football. We do. It's a fantastic game, yet still not perfect. Like, I hate leaving high-scoring players on my bench.
The worst, man.
In fact, hate it even more when I put injured players and they're in my starting lineup.
Can't have that.
And I need a life. The waivers, the trades, every single week, it grinds on me. So we at Underdog Fantasy want to make fantasy football easier for everyone out there. It's called Best Ball, and we set your optimal lineup for you each and every week. You can do it all year long. We have drafts going all the way from February to week 1 of the NFL season. What are you waiting for? Use our awesome early sign-up offer to get a little extra something on that first deposit and that first time you play on Underdog Fantasy.
You put them up, reach the sky, touch the stars up above, cause it's one time for the underdog, one time for the underdog.
You're on mute.
All right, it's time to get graded. Yes, thank you. Ryan Miner, welcome into the studio, my friend.
Thanks, guys, for having me back here.
We appreciate you being in. Chase Thornton, welcome into the studio, sir.
Always good to be back. Thanks for having me around.
We love having you, my gentlemen friends. All right, so we're going to grade some of these auction drafts we did. We're not going to even bring up mine because, quite frankly, I slept through mine, so it's not really quite fair to grade mine. So, but we're going to do this live tonight. I think it'll be fun. Sit here and take a look at these right off the jump. Let's go ahead and bring up Justin, the sexy, mexy fantasy Jesus. This is Justin's draft. All right, so check this out. Tom Brady, QB, $9. Not a bad value there for Tom. Dak Prescott at $6. You got a Montgomery for $20, not too bad there. Eli Mitchell comes at a decent value at $15. I like AJ Dillon, his value at $12. Damien. I think you got some decent guys here. You end up getting the New England backfield essentially. Receiver wise, you went big. That was your big spend was Mike Evans. You have Tyler Lockett though. They're at 6. Devonta Smith, Ayuk, Moore. Then of course you come with Kittle and Schultz. I like the team overall. Again, I'm not a good auction draft kind of guy, but if I'm just looking at this roster, it's decent. I mean, you might have a decent run here. And again, you spent your money well. Let's just put it that way. So I'm going to give you a B on this one, just a straight up B, even though who cares what I think, because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Ryan, let's go to our guest here. Ryan, what do you think of Justin's team? Give me a grade here. What you think?
I like his team overall, but if you're looking at the money spent, it's a $200 auction league. He left $24 on the table.
Boom.
So that's a huge hit right there for me to say leave that kind of money on the table because he could have had a better player than Lockett, Devonta Smith, Brandon Ayuk. He could have improved those wide receiver positions. He could have had a better running back to RB2. He could have spent a little bit more somewhere else, a little less, and got like dollar players at the end. But overall, looking at his team, it's more of like a balanced build. But I'll give him a C+ on it, just because the $24 being left over on the table.
A very observant.
$24 in my back pocket, that's for sure.
I can see him smiling back there, like, here you go. I can't wait to say it. Listen, I mean, look, that's something I didn't pick up on. I'll full on admit I'm not an auction guy. I did not pick up on the money he didn't spend. So yeah, good point though. Could have maybe upgraded a couple of those spots.
Just real quick shout out here. I spent in tight end room. I spent $29. Kyle Pitts went for 28, and I got 2 top 5 tight ends right now.
Okay, listen, it's okay. You don't have to get defensive. It's just grading. It's okay. Chase, what say you on Justin's team? But don't say too much because he's getting a little offended tonight.
I actually agree with a lot of Ryan's comments. Like I said, the $24 left on the board was something that really stuck out to me. I like. The players that he got for good values at each. I don't think there was a massive overspend on anybody on the board, which is cool. But like Ryan said, he could have upgraded that receiver core. Outside of Evans, in a 3-receiver, 2 flex league, he's got a bunch of essentially number 2 guys on their teams possibly. Moore should be probably the number 1 in New York, but we don't know how good that passing offense is going to be. I do like, to Justin's point, I do like his tight end room. Kittle and Schultz, like you said. I forget off the bat here who paid for Pitts, but yeah, Pitts was a little bit of an overspend, I thought. And for the same money, you got 2 top 5 guys. That's a good point. Overall, though, with how reliant this league would be on receivers, I'm not crazy about his receiver depth, and so I'll go C+ as well.
C+. All right, Nick. Even though you admitted last week you don't know anything about auction, what say you?
Well, I don't play auction fantasy football, but I know what an auction is. I give looking at his roster and then taking some things into consideration, not and minus the $24. I give him a C-, and the reason why is because of his running backs. I'm not too crazy about him because number one, he's got David Montgomery, who's playing by arguably the worst offensive line in pro football. I just saw a stat today. Justin Fields has got the highest hit rate per dropback. 10% of his dropbacks, he's getting hit. That is the highest in the NFL. So imagine what they're going to do for their running backs. Elijah Mitchell, it's an RBC out there in San Francisco. You don't know who's going to be getting the ball most. I'm not going to go all up and down the rosters, but you got a lot of RB2s. You even have an RB3 in there in Rashad Penny by season's end. And I don't like Tyler Lockett, so I give him a C-, but I will stress it's higher than my grade, and I did get Kyle Pitts, and that was on auto draft.
Oh, that's so funny. We got the guy who's guilty already. Justin, defend your team now, sir. Go ahead.
See, I like what everybody said, and I will agree with Nick. That running back room is very lackluster. I like my receiver room because I like the potential there, but the running back room is really where I should have spent that $24.
Yeah, But again, overall,
But the quarterbacks and the tight ends, fire all day long. That value, absolute fire.
Yep.
Definitely got good value.
Yeah, but you can only play one quarterback at a time.
That's true. But let's say
but he spent less on two than a lot of guys would spend on one for a star. He did well there. He did well in his peripheral rooms.
He got some value. He did.
Nick was very opinionated.
Nick, Dak Prescott at $6 when Justin Herbert won at 26.
Let's look at Nick's team since he's so opinionated tonight. Let's take a look at this. Guys, Kyler Murray again, $11. That's a good value, and Tua at $1 is a steal, brother. A steal. All right, Jonathan Taylor, $116. This guy's not afraid to spend it. Nick Chubb, okay, so you got a good running back core, but then what happens here? Marlon, this is my draft here. It's like there's nothing left. Marlon Mack. I mean, it's basic. Oh, is that Odell Beckham? Did I write that wrong?
No, he's listed as
that is Odell Beckham.
Your number wide receiver 2, and he's not even on a team. Wow. All right, so dollar bills, y'all, and then Kyle Pitts there. We talked about him October 28th. So again, good team. No, this is awful, bro. I mean, honestly,
no, it's awful. It's awful.
This is the going on. I haven't given a failing grade yet, but this is a fail. Justin, what say you?
That chase for Jonathan Taylor was the most exciting I've been around draft in a long time. That shit was so fun. And then he stuck it to Greg one more time. He made Greg pay $69 for Derrick Henry. Come on, man. I'm giving him a D just because he gave me some entertainment. Come on. That was good stuff. Overall, the team is, I mean, once you get past those two running backs, it's absolute trashville. But, Kyle Pitts, good pick. Noah Fant for $1. Can't beat that. Tua Tagovailoa, I would have probably paid maybe like a quarter of that price. But yeah, you know what, Nick? I'll give you a D, a solid D, because that was some of the most entertaining auction draft I've ever had, man. That was great.
I think D stands for, we'll just call his team the Dollar Tree. All right, Ryan, what say you, bro? What do you say about this team?
All right, have you guys ever seen Animal House?
Yes.
0.0. I do not like this team at all. This team is a solid F, like so bold. Solid F. Like when I saw Jonathan Taylor hit 70, I was like, okay, he's going to go for like 75. Then you see 80, then 95, then 100. I'm like, what the heck's going on in this draft? I'm like, I'm going to go grab another beer. I come back, and here it is at $116. This team is so fragile. It's not even one injury away. It's just one player away just from being completely done.
It is really bad. James, do you have anything good to say about this team?
It's Sammy Watkins getting benched away from being done.
It's just a team of waiver wire. Like this is like waiver wire warrior right here. Hoping for the best.
Chase, you got anything good to say about this team?
Spending spending 3/4 of your budget on your top 2 running backs when it's again 3 receivers and 2 flex. Ouch. Kyler Murray actually $11 was good value. That's about 50% of what I had him budgeted at in this kind of draft. I actually like Foreman at $1 because I think he's first up if CMC inevitably goes down. I actually don't mind Nico Collins and Jamison Crowder at $1. I think Crowder is going to be good in the slot up there, and I like Collins, to possibly surprise some people. But those were complete windfalls through no work of Nick's own. So the work that Nick actually put in, I'm with the rest of you. I'd go. I'd go D because the auto draft bailed you out by getting you a couple guys I actually don't mind. So.
All right, so Nick, what do you have to say about Flanders Dollar Generals?
Oh, Flanders Dollar General Flynn himself. I give myself an F-. So here's the thing. Disclaimer: I didn't look at the budget. I didn't see the budget. So I thought it was like an auction. I was having fun raising the price on John Taylor with Greg. I did that on purpose and ended up getting him. And then when I saw how much money I had left, I just turned on She-Hulk with my son, and I just watched that, and I just turned it off. So I didn't even try. After I saw that I blew my budget on on 2 guys. I said, that's it. I'm done. So I just turned it off.
All right. Well, listen, we got the other teams to look at, but we already know what's up for your team, bro.
Dumbass. Thank these. They call me dumbass. Stupid.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Didn't you say that you slept through your draft? So shouldn't you get a dumbass too?
I wasn't feeling well, however, so that is a big difference for sure. Ryan Miner, let's bring up this team here. Now, Jalen Hurts, you guys know I'm big on Jalen Hurts this year, so I already love this, and this is a great value, $9 for me. I mean, I love this all the way. Aaron Jones at $43. Now, for me, this is a little high, I think, for Aaron Jones. Now, again, I'm not big on auction, but for him, with A.J. Dillon right nipping at his heels, and he's, not to say he's injury prone, but he is prone to get injured. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 18, might be a little high too. And I cannot stand J.K. Dobbins, quite frankly. That's just me, though. I'm just tired of hearing about this guy, and he's done nothing. Miles Sanders, though, could be good. Again, in the same offense, though, as Jalen Hurts. Melvin Gordon, obviously, as well. And Jamal Williams, too. Again, you got some great receivers. Mike Williams for $17. Terry Scary. We know Sutton's supposed to be much better this year, of course. And this Michael Thomas, too. Oh, let me forget. Hopkins for $8. So when he's back, money. So receivers are great. Questions at the running back a little bit. Love the quarterback. Zach Ertz again in Arizona. I love that offense. Anyway, I'm giving this team a B+. I like it. I think it's got some potential there. There's some of those guys at the running back could step up. So I like this team overall. Chase, what say you about this team?
I agree. Hertz is about 50% value again. So that was a steal there. I love his deep receiver room. I belabor the point again, but with this league being reliant on receivers, you've got a great deep core there, all the way down to your very last one. You did what I wanted to do and then didn't do, was take one quarterback and one tight end, but the ones you got have a lot of ability. I am a little bit shaky on your running back room. I'm not an Edwards-Helaire fan. I do like Dobbins better. Jones wasn't as big an overpay as maybe Coop thinks it was. But top to bottom, it's a very strong team. I think it'll do well in this league. I think you'll be flexing a lot of receivers. I'd give it a solid B+ as well.
Absolutely. All right, Nick, what say you, sir?
I go B- only because once you get past Jones in the running back room, it's dicey. I do like the Gordon and the Williams combo. There's his, he's got a hamstring issue right now. Sirianni says going back and on that injury, but his receivers core is awesome. So I B- just because of the running back room.
All right, gotcha. All right, Justin, what say you, sir?
I think I'll have to stick with Nick's grade. A B- is solid. You went out, you got your guy Aaron Jones, which is kind of, at least Nick, at least you don't let fantasy football follow your football dreams too. Because a Detroit Lions fan picking the Green Bay Packers running back, gotta love that. But I really love your receiver core. I mean, you went McLaren, you went Williams, you got Sutton, all for the same price. All of them could easily be in the 20s, and they all could easily be wide receiver 1 candidates this year. Hopkins at $8 is just as good as getting Hopkins in the 10th round in a redraft right now. Bateman at $12 is where I'm like, whoa, because everybody's like through the roof on Bateman now. So to get him at a price less than McLaren is kind of like, I'm like, applause, sir. Kirk, I could take him or leave him, and then Ertz at $9. I think that's a pretty even deal right there. I think that's pretty much on par with where he's supposed to go. But yeah, overall B- team, really good team, really balanced.
Ryan, it's your turn to pump your chest. What you got to say about your squad?
I look at my squad. I like how I got Zach Ertz, but I wish I would have spent, because I had $3 left on my table, and I wish I would have spent just a couple dollars more. I could have had, who was it? Darren Waller at $11-12. If I would have been up $3 more dollars, I could have had Waller. Aaron Jones, I could have traded him out for Alvin Kamara. And then, the running back, too, is I kind of just wanted to, I was kind of going like a hero RB on that kind of build, and then just kind of throwing depth pieces at the end there. That's why I have so many running backs there. And then I set a budget in my head of all my wide receivers to be $20 or less. And to get my 3 wide receivers of McLaurin, Williams, and Sutton, they all have wide receiver 1 upside. So to get them at that kind of price, I really like that. Yeah, I love my wide receiver room. But I totally agree on the running back. It's Jones, and it's kind of just a jumble of everyone else.
Yeah, your wide receiver room is amazing, quite frankly. You got potential wide receiver 1 down all the way your 5th, 6th receiver. So great stuff there and great value to say the least. All right, let's go to Chase's team. Let's talk about this little squad we got here. All right, so we got Kirk Cousins and Joe Burrow. That's good value, especially for both of them. I like that. Najee Harris spent a little bit, but it's Najee Harris, and I like him this year. Cordell Patterson could be, again, he's going late in redrafts too. I just don't get it. Still going to be a great player this year, so I like the value there. Singletary, whatever. Cooper Kupp spent the big money on the Coop, but, makes sense. MVP last year. Gabriel Davis too, excuse me. Drake London, like the value there. He's going to be, I think, going to be a great PPR value this year. And Mark Andrews, I think, number 1 overall tight end this year, quite frankly. So I love this overall. I'm going to give this a B+. Justin, what say you?
I'm going to give it a C. I like everything that's going on with this team. Singletary is a little bit of a much at 12, especially if you got CPAP at 8. I like the Isaiah Pacheco sneak in there. I think he's definitely got a chance to possibly be this year's Elijah Mitchell. Cooper Kupp, that's your guy. You went out, you got him. Davis in London, nice values. Actually, all the way down is pretty nice values. I think Devontae Parker, you could have got away with just nominating him, and you probably would have got him. As far as Palmer goes, in an explosive offense, could happen. Anything could happen in that Chargers offense. And then Andrews at 25. Can't beat that. Especially when the number 1 tight end went at like 47. That's pretty good value right there. And then Albert O at erased on the chalkboard price. That's the best price of them all right there.
He was a buck at the end, I'm pretty sure.
It's funny. Yeah. Justin doesn't do one damn graphic, and got to point out the one mistake I made. Great job. All right, Ryan, what do you say about this squad? Don't be looking at my graphics, though.
I'm not looking at the graphics, but I'm going to go with Justin on this one also. I'm going to give it a C because the quarterbacks is what really throws up the red flag to me because you have $22 and 2 quarterbacks. And mind you, this is a single quarterback league. So the $22 could have been spent somewhere more on the RB2 to kind of like throw depth on there, or even the wide receiver too. Because you got Cooper Kupp, you spent early on, everyone spent a lot of money. So I kind of just sat back and watched everyone spend, and then I pounced. So seeing Kupp going at 57 to me was kind of a bit high. Like you're almost getting him at cost and not for value. And then you're hoping that the Gabriel Davis hype carries over. You're hoping that Drake London's knee isn't that bad. Allen Lazard, I don't know anything about the Packers offense right now outside of like the running backs because I don't want any part of them. And then Parker, it's a mismatch. You don't know because you don't know no one knows what the Patriots are ever going to do. When they zig, they zag. But overall, yeah, it's a C to me. I like Andrews though, but everything else is kind of a little scary.
Nick, what say you, my friend?
Okay, a little tick higher. I'm going to go to B- because number 1, I think Kirk Cousins at $10 is a huge value because he's got Kevin O'Connell coming over, and he's supposed to be the next thing coming of Eric Coryell out there. They throw the ball early and often, so I think in his numbers, Kirk Cousins always gets like 4,000 yards passing. I think he's going to have big numbers this year. And then you can bring in Joe Burrow. I do agree. You could have spent a little bit more on your wide receivers. Patterson is projected to be a bust this year down in Atlanta. But your steal of your team is Pacheco because they're saying that he's going to – everything I'm hearing out of Kansas City is he going to supplant Allaire. And then Alberto, I guess you got a real steal because he's free. Other than that, I give a B-. Gabriel Davis, it's just always been my experience. The more hype something gets, the worse it actually is. So Gabriel Davis is too unproven. $12 little bit too much, but yeah, B-.
I love how you guys love to pounce. Love to pounce. Make a mistake. Got to pounce on a commish. Chase, what do you think of your team, bro?
All right. Well, I will preface everything by saying that I agree with the point about being able to spend $12 more on everybody else. My original strategy was going to be, I got Cousins for cheap. I can handle it. I've got him ranked at number 12 in my preseason rankings here. That's a starting quarterback in a 1-quarterback league, 12 teams. I was perfect. I will be dead ass honest with you. I was checking out my board. I clicked back on our draft and I bid $12 on Joe Burrow. And I thought, what the frick did I just do? And then I won him. But spending $22 on my quarterback room when I had $20 budgeted on it, and I have two of my starting quarterbacks, I ended up being okay with that. The receiver room, I know you guys aren't giant on, but if you look at my preseason rankings, I was able to get 4 of my top 13 ranked wide receivers. So nice. I was thrilled coming out of this draft with the receivers I have. I think Lazard is going to see about 8 trillion passes this year. I think London is going to see the same. And I was really happy with that. But yeah, Joe Burrow's money would have been better spent deeper in the running back room. I agree with that.
With Pitts there?
Was that? No, I had. No, there's only 2 dudes. There's 2 dudes to throw to. Who else you want to throw to? Brian Edwards? Olamide Zaccheaus?
If anyone likes 2 dudes, it's Justin. All right, we're gonna take. we got some other teams to grade, but I'm just gonna put them up on social media because you know what? If you guys wanted to grade, you should have been on the damn show. So we're gonna do something fun when we get back. Instead, I'm gonna take a quick break. We're gonna go 2 versus 2 with some family feud or fantasy feud. My bad. We'll be right back when I find the commercial. I got it. Two dudes
on your mind, Nick.
Hey everyone, it's Commissioner Cooper from TSS Fantasy. Want to give your own fantasy league that extra professional touch? Say less. We got you. TSS was based off a show that we did on our own fantasy league. Night, sorry, and now possible play hole. You're on your way. Now we want to bring that professional, fun, and creative side to your fantasy league. And you can do it for as low as $5 extra per owner.
Oh my.
I will guarantee it will increase your interactions within the league, create more fun, friendly banter, and give your league that extra real-life feel that you didn't know it needed. We look forward to interacting with you and your league soon. Don't forget TSSFantasy.com. Go visit it today. Get signed up. We are the fantasy show of the people. All right, like I said, we got some fantasy feud to play tonight. I think we'll just team up Justin and Ryan and Chase and Nick. Split things up a little bit tonight. All right.
We got Tebow.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, instead of going back, you're not funny, Nick. All of our fantasy feuds have been on last year, all last year's stats. Now we're going to move on to this year's. And we're really going to challenge you, and I'm sure you guys look stuff up, but you ain't going to get it tonight because it's time to play the feud. Brad?
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. It's going to be a long game. Not going to be a long game tonight because we got fantasy experts in the building. Justin and Nick, you're up first. Top 5 answers on the board. Here's the question. I'm not going to tell you the site because I don't want you looking it up. But according to a certain site, we're going current ADPs, right? So quarterback, 6 through 10. That's what I'm looking for.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. My bad. I hit the wrong one. That's on me.
I was going to say, what site are you using?
I hit the wrong one. I know. I was too quick on it. All right. Yep. He was number 10 on this list. So you guys got control. Ryan, who you got else on 6, 7, 8, 9, current ADP quarterback?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, number 6. Good job there. Justin, what say you?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, number 7. I thought I brought up some hard when I went 6 through 10. I might look something else up. All right, Ryan, what say you?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
Number 9 on this list. So you're missing number 8. Justin, do you have it?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. That one I did hit correctly. Ryan, what say you?
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
All right, Ryan, let's think this one out.
No, Justin, this is on you, bro.
Oh, man. Shit.
Time keeps on slipping.
He
So I
plays
can't reach out
for.
to my teammate at all.
You can talk to him. It's fine. If you guys want to group it up, or just hurry it on up, bro. Let's go.
He's really short, right?
8 minutes.
He's really short. He used to play in Oklahoma, right?
You think he's that far down?
I'm thinking so, yeah.
All right. You want to go with Kyler?
Let's do it.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Did it go?
So I was just thinking.
Oh, hell no!
Boy, you're going to kick yourself. Nick and Chase, what say you guys? Do you have number 8?
6 through 10. You think Rodgers is in the top 10?
Top 10? Yeah, I don't know if he's in the top. I don't know if he's in the bottom 6.
You think he's in the top 5?
If you roll with Rodgers at 8, I will go with Rodgers at 8.
Let's try Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Damn.
I think
you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Now I gotta. I'm gonna go ahead and reveal the source because you're gonna want to look this up. It is from FantasyPros.com. Number 8 QB, ADP right now. Excuse me. Trey Lance.
Really?
That's so gross. That's
wow.
gross.
I was like, well, I even said if Justin gets this, he's cheating. All right, let's go to question
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's right. Let's go to question number 2. Ryan and Chase, you guys are up. We're going to go back to the ADPs, and let's go running backs 6 through 10.
Yeah, I am.
Who goes first, me or him?
Either one of you. It's a toss-up.
Anybody.
Joe Mixon.
Whoever answers first.
Joe Mixon. I got to reach my sloppy writing.
Chase,
we ain't doing too good.
No, we're
Yeah.
not.
I thought it was your
Mixon
internet.
was going to be my dude. I was.
But then it was Chase's blank stare. I was like, it's not Nick's internet. Justin, what say you on the next one?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones. Mr. Jones and me makes a strike. Actually, Joe Mixon was number 7 on this list, by the way. Ryan, go ahead.
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook. I see you staring. Better not be on that damn internet.
Always.
Dalvin Cook, number 6 on this list. Justin, what say you?
DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift. They're going down the line. What? DeAndre Swift, number 8. Current.
That's because they're cheating.
What say you, Ryan? Next.
You ain't cheating. You ain't trying. Great words.
Saquon Barkley? Is he getting
I already said
that?
Saquon. What?
I quoted you.
I know. It's like you're repeating your line.
Saquon who?
Saquon Barkley, number 9. Justin, can you close out the round?
All right, Ryan. I'm calling the phone.
No.
Tell me what you're thinking.
This is individual time.
What you're thinking.
This is individual time. This is individual time. Let's go.
Is he a PPR monster? Who gets 81 receptions every year? Except last year.
81 receptions every. You really think he's that high or that low? I would say that low.
he got cleared. I think so.
I think we're
he's that high of that low, yes.
I think we're talking about different people. You should. I'm thinking Eckler, but you're thinking somebody else.
No, not him. No, he's way too high.
Who are you thinking? Just tell me. Say it out loud.
Can I commish?
Yeah, of course
it's supposed to be the 101 time. You're supposed to go, Justin, and then he goes. It's not the group.
He used to be. He was Drew Brees' running back.
Oh, okay. You think Alvin Kamara's that? Okay, Alvin Kamara.
All right, Ryan. You don't need a little helper. What say you on number 3?
What ranking are we looking for?
This is you guys got number 6, 7, 8, 9. You're missing number 10 on this list. Current ADP running back.
Oh man.
By the way, what are we talking? Standard, PPR, half PPR?
yeah. Trying to figure out.
This is standard.
Try to figure out which menu to look at. Yep.
Yeah. Did we say Najee Harris?
Hey, no. I got one for you. You want it? Arizona?
Oh no, he said it.
Arizona?
He said it.
I think it's Najee Harris.
Okay.
Right, so it's your guess, and Najee Harris.
Stop it. Get some help.
I need help.
Nick, Chase, you guys got it?
Hey Chase, do you think it's that running back from LSU?
God damn, I hope not. But
is that too high?
I think it's too high for him. We haven't said the guy from Tampa yet, have we? We haven't said the guy.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, that's the one you're talking. Because I thought you were talking about the other one that nobody flipping watched.
Number 7.
Yeah, it
Number
would either
7.
it would either be him or the guy from Cleveland.
Oh, I think the guy from Cleveland's too high. Do you want to go with Tampa?
I'll defer to you on this one because you deferred to me on the last one. Yeah, I think it's a great.
All right, we'll go with Leonard Fournette.
Lenny Fournette.
I'm sorry, Chase.
Hey.
Number 10 on the list, Javonte Williams.
Well, that's
that high, really?
High.
Okay.
That's way too high.
That's gross. Talk to Fantasy Pros. All right, let's go now to Justin and Nick. Justin and Nick, we're back to you guys. Back to the ADP. Back to now receiver 6 through 10. What say you?
Oh my God.
There's a whole bunch of
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Thank God we're on the board.
There we go.
He got one. Number 8, Mike Evans. All right, Chase, what say you, sir? Got anybody else through here?
6 through 10?
Yes, sir.
How about Tyreek.
Tyreek.
As if there's another one.
He flies in at number 9. All right, Nick, what say you?
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. AJ Brown number 10 on this list. So you guys got 8, 9, and 10. You're missing 6 and 7.
That sucks because these are the guys that are right on the line where they could be going 5th. They could be going 7th. This is a guy I'm afraid might be going 5 or probably should be, but CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. Number 6 ADP. All right, you're missing number 7. You got it, Nick? See you staring at something.
I was thinking. Yeah, no, I was thinking something. I was thinking of a guy, but he might be too high, and I don't want to get a strike. Let's go with Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
He's probably 4th or 5th.
Chase, you got it?
Trying to think of I got to think of my own rankings here. Think about where I got dudes. Not two dudes, just one. At number 7. How about I've got him higher than. What about Debo?
Damn it. Debo Samuel.
Boom! That's about the best I've ever done on this game here in this show. So I'm going to take the win when I got it.
All right, 2-1. All right, I didn't think it was going to go this long. Let's hurry it on up here. Tight ends. Let's go to round 4. We're going to tight ends. We got that's a Chase. Just so you know, your face is naked. Ryan and Chase, you're up. Tight ends, ADP 6 through 10. Who you got?
Well, Chase won, right? So he goes.
It's either way. It's a toss-up on the first question.
It's either one.
TJ Hawkinson.
TJ Hawkinson. Guys are wanting this to go to overtime. Nick, what say you, sir?
Did Nick freeze?
Zach
Ertz. He sure
it's
is
a permanent smile.
I didn't freeze. I said Zach.
So happy right now.
Leave me.
Hawkinson and out.
All right. Nick, what's your guess, Nick?
I said Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz. Oh shit! Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz coming in at number 9. Good job there. All right, Chase, what you got?
6 through 10.
Yes, sir. You guys got 7 and 8 so far.
How about Ertz's old teammate, Dallas Goedert?
Dallas Goedert. Not too shabby.
Yeah,
all right.
I might be out of that, though.
Not too shabby. So you're missing here number 6 and number 10. Nick, you got it.
Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet. Chase, what say you?
We got 6 and what, 10?
Yep, you're missing.
So we got the guys on the frigate. Yeah, we got the guys that are either top 5 or you don't know, or not. Nobody wants them.
I feel like 6 through 10 is like 6 through 20.
Right. It might as
right.
You know,
except it's who do you see it 4 and 5 rather than 6? Because 4, 5, and 6 is kind of like the second tier.
A lot of delaying.
Schultz. Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz.
I thought he might be too high. I thought he might have been 5.
Coming in at number 6. So you're missing number 10. Nick, you got it.
This one I know.
Number 10. I'm feeling a little ill, so let me go with Mike Gesicki.
Mike Gesicki.
Was he in the top 5 or was he in the bottom? Was he at
You're at the bottom as far as internet percent. All right, Jake. You have number 10.
All right. How about
Number 10 is like the worst number too, because like
Right,
you
that's-
can usually pick up the first 9, and then 10's like the next like 25.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
and I know who I have ranked there, but I'm higher on guys than everybody else. Knox. Dawson Knox.
Dawson Knox. All this delaying for that.
Because I don't have him ranked.
Yeah.
I have Albert
Nice
Owen, Dick,
job,
and Njoku
Chase.
ranked 9 and 10. I have Owen and Njoku ranked 9 and 10, so I don't think that Knox is a top 10, but I know the industry's higher on him than I am.
All right, way to keep patting yourself on the back. All right, so good job. You've tied everything up and made this go extra long. We appreciate you. Let's go into the final bonus round, and we're going to have our guests go head-to-head on this one.
He's going to do the kickers.
It's a 1v1 Ryan versus Chase. All right, I have the ADPs for the top 5 defenses in the league, but I want to know who is number 3.
San Francisco?
San Francisco 49ers. You were so close. Niners are number 4. So really, Chase, you got it?
Buccaneers.
Oh my God, the Bucs. Listen, if you guys were paying Battleship right now, you have no idea. Bucs are number 2 on this list.
Oh, for real.
Oh my God.
Barely missing. All right, back to you, Ryan. Do you got another shot? All right, my bad. Justin, what say you? You got it?
The Bills?
The Buffalo Bills?
Bills are probably 1.
Bills numero uno, my brother. Nick, what say you? You got a guess?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I gotta say them Dallas freaking Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. That's you guys would get.
It was last year's number 1.
Ryan, got a guess?
Not really. I'm out. Indianapolis Colts.
That's not a bad guess.
No, it's not at all.
It's not a bad guess because the reason I'm laughing, you guys got number 1 Bills, 2 Bucks, 4 Niners, 5 Colts. I mean, you literally went all the way around number 3. Chase, do you have it?
Rams.
The Rams.
Chase with the walk-off.
With the walk-off home run.
About
Great
time I won
job.
some on here.
Rams ADP number 3 going in.
Really, that high?
All right, that's why we get you guys prepped up, get you ready for the drafts. Chase and Nick, congratulations.
That had to be the nastiest bonus round I've ever done in my life.
That's pretty gross, bro.
Right? We all are like right there.
Like, how do we get the top 5 but not the number 3?
Yeah, you guys, it was so funny how you guys went all the way around.
Triple X number 5 no.
Whoa. Went all the way around.
0
What?
Went all
Triple
the way
X?
I know.
Oh.
It says you have
What are you doing over there?
I don't know, but it
Alex.
says it says I'm unprotected for the
Game
last
loser.
39 days. I don't know what's up with that. All right.
016.
I ain't
If
been
you're
protected.
over 16,
I ain't been,
Send it to Leak Shokum.
it's reading our shit.
She gonna start giving away your browser history too?
All of our commercials. All right, we're gonna get out of here because I don't know how the hell
You
to
just
stop
recently looked up 2 dudes.
Listen, I've been
2 dudes in 1 cup.
Oh! I've been in 1 Mariota.
It says I've been unprotected since the 80s. I don't know what it's talking
That's
about.
when you know we've
All right,
reached
guys,
the
we
end.
appreciate you guys. I don't know what the hell's going on with my computer, so let's get the hell out of here. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming in tonight. Please
Fantasy
come back
Jesus
and join
intro.
us. Follow Ryan Miner. Let them know where they can follow you, my friend.
You can find me on Twitter at
017.
RyanMiner_FFB. And you can find all my work at FFFaceoff.com. Sorry about your internet.
Orlando Floss.
Super annoying. Sorry about that. Chase, what
026.
say you, my friend? Where can they follow you at?
As the
Well,
NFL.
yeah, over the top of Coop's girlfriend or whoever. You can see at the bottom of the screen there where you can find me on Twitter. I should have an updated set of rankings coming up over at bellyupfantasysports.com after the second round of playoff games here. And, you can always find all my work there.
All right. Well, hopefully that just stopped. All right. So thank you guys very much. We appreciate you. My fat fingers just ruined the end of our show, but whatever. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. We're going to be doing a best ball draft next week. So you want to make sure to check that out. Again, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be giving away the Chris Johnson signed football soon. Ryan, appreciate you coming in tonight. Appreciate you drafting with us. Come with us next week for best ball. And appreciate it. Chase, you as well. Again, we appreciate you, and we are out. Hey, everyone. It's Commissioner Coop.
We're on a mission.
Right. That's because you have Mike.
We're on a mission.